The bottom line is, I focus on the solution. That's what you should do, is focus on the solution. Again, the bottom line is the bottom line. As I assess, address, and progress, I apply this formula. I encourage you all to apply this formula as well, because it works every time. It works every time, not just on Monday, after lunchtime, not just Tuesday in the evening, not just Wednesday before you go to bed, not just Thursday before you wake up, not just Friday when you feel good on Friday, not just Saturday when all things seem to be perfect and nothing seems to go wrong, or not on Sundays when, the football game is on. Not just during the month when things go haywire and, say for example, the kids seem to be going mad and nothing seems to go right. The assess, address, and progress formula works every time. I encourage you all to do this as well. See, the thing about it is this: the bottom line is the bottom line. And in this case, one segue of the first step in the three major keys that I'm giving you here today is assess. That means gauge. That means look. That means consider different means of working a plan. It means to think about where one is in proportion to his goals, hopes, and dreams. And a segue of this three key formula, assess, is the bottom line. The bottom line, yes. The bottom line is a beautiful segue here. I'm giving you all today is because if you take fast hold of this formula today, there's no reason you won't succeed. There is no reason you won't succeed. It doesn't matter. Come high, hell, or water, or hot water, you will succeed. If you keep going long enough, you will succeed. Again, the bottom line is the bottom line. You want to determine what the bottom line is. You see, in this case, as I use this example, okay, let's say, for example, let's use let's use the monkey wrench, for example. Now, the bottom line in that case, that tool is designed for a specific nut and bolt. Whenever you're constructing or breaking down a tool or instrument that calls to use this monkey wrench tool, okay? And that's the bottom line. It cannot do nothing else. It won't do nothing else. And it's designed just for a specific nut and or bolt. Okay, that's the bottom line right there. You determine. So therefore, if you have a monkey wrench, you know right there, and you've assessed that there's only a specific bolt that you can use for this tool. So if there's another bolt that's anywhere on a mechanism that you're trying to construct or tear apart, if a different nut or bolt is used that a monkey wrench can't address, cannot take care of, then you've assessed that, and you've also utilized the bottom line, because the bottom line is that the monkey wrench can only take you so far. That's the first pillar of the assess, address, and progress formula. And see, I'm trying to get you all to understand right now that in using these principles, this principle, okay, the faster you gauge this, all right, the faster you gauge your situation, and say, for example, if you don't like your your finances. If you don't, if you don't, if you don't like how your love life is going, you see, if you don't like how, again, people treat you, or if you don't like your job, or if you don't like your circumstance at the time, well, you're in the first step, and the faster you assess what it is that you want to change, the faster you get this formula working in your favor, right? See, these things that you don't like, we have the power to control this. See, we have the power to change this, and as long as we stay in bounds with what we can change, we are always changing for the better. See, because our minds are geared towards this, and we are assessing. This is the first part in determining, okay, our bottom line. Our bottom line is, okay, so, well, I got a monkey wrench, and I got a few bolts in my situation, basically, that a monkey wrench can handle. But however, on the other hand, one portion of my, let's say, for example, that's you can use the monkey wrench for your relationships, okay? All right, but then again, say your finances needs a, let's say a Allen wrench of some sort, okay? Well, you're going to have to, as you assess, and your bottom line is you're going to have to alter your bottom line here. That's all. It's very important. It's very, very, very pertinent here. And the faster you do this, you see, the bottom line is not a bad thing, right? It's not a terrible thing, but it's a fantastic gauge, because the bottom line is different from rock bottom. See, we don't want to hit rock bottom, because rock bottom, it hurts. Yeah, it does. And I've seen many of rock bottom. But see, this is the thing right here. I've come to share with you and to give you keys that will be a cheat code for you. Because if you can assess when things are chaotic and you really want to change, you are in the first pillar of the key that will work for you. Then after that, okay, so your finances need an Allen wrench, and then let's say, for example, let's say your health will need a vice grip. Okay? All right, see, you've assessed the major areas of your life that need changing, but you've also determined your bottom line, and you also, as you're in this very pertinent stage, and the quicker you get this down and you get going on this part, and you know this part, then you know the advantages that you have. You see, you know what you need, and you know what you need to apply, okay? So, as I share with you this tool today, ladies and gentlemen, in this 3-step formula that I have grown to know and to use, and is a major portion why I'm here today sharing this with you, so that you could succeed regardless of what society will say, society won't say, regardless of what government is in operation or what government is not in operation, or what the weather will do or what the weather won't do. Again, okay, now, see, now that you have assessed and you have gauged and you have gained a bird's eye view, I like to call eagle zoned it. Now that you have eagle zoned it, you see, all right, you look from the top down, because when you're in the forest, it's hard to see the trees because of the forest. You know, it's hard to see the trees through the forest. But as you look at the forest from the top down, you can assess. You see, okay, well, this bunch of trees, I got to navigate around this if I were to be on the ground, okay? And I can use this map now once I get on the ground, and I know that this is a patch of trees here, so on and so forth. But now that you've assessed, now that you have assessed your situation, now it's time for phase 2 of the 3 key formula that will work every time: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday and Sunday. Okay? Okay? Now it's time for you to address your issues. Okay? Just that simple. You know the bottom line. You know what tools you need. Now, and the simple and beautiful part about the address situation is it is simple. It's simple. And it's so many times often overlooked that many take it for granted. See, it's like this. Like when we were children, when we were babies, right? Okay. See, we didn't know how to walk at first at all. You see, and we started crawling, right? At some point in time, we started crawling, and then after that, then we started walking. And before we started walking, we started crawling. But once we learned how to crawl, we were amazed at crawling, right? And then we soon forgot about crawling, and then we went to walking. And then when we went to walking, it became second nature, right? It became second nature, and then we kind of like after we got on our feet and you know, we were up and at them, and we were walking. We were stumbling from time to time, you know, as a baby, you know, falling on a butt, boom, boom, you know, and then you know, we got it together, and then after we were walking, then we started running. See, then it became second nature to us. So it's like, okay, well, we can walk now. It's no big deal, you know, and that's fine now. So it's no big deal now. I know how to walk. I'm good. I'm smooth. I can gallop now. Hey, yeah. I can run. I can hop. I can jump. Oh yeah. This is what this walking thing does. Okay, so then after that, the thrill of walking is gone. See? And this is what I mean. Like, this is why, you know, the address part of the 3-key formula is, this part of it is sometimes overlooked. See, because it's like once we mastered walking, it's like no longer a big deal to us. See, and in this part, in the address part of the formula, it's simply, address means simply put from a bird's eye view, from a top down view, it's simply take action. Can you believe that? Take action. Do the things you know that you can do. That will help you. If you're spending too much money, simply stop. Simply stop doing the madness. That's it. And discipline yourself to live on a certain amount. See? And that's okay. Okay? Educate yourself on how to win at using the tool money, learning how to save so that you can invest. Bob Johnson said, to paraphrase, we have to find a way to save and invest. You know, we don't need to be the type of people that have the vehicle that's larger than your house, and so on and so forth, the expensive purses and bags and stuff, and yet it costs more than our rent, but we can't afford rent. But you know, we can afford a $1,000 or $1,500 purse or something. It makes no sense. You see, it says he said you've got to find a way to save and invest. If you do not, you cannot. There's no way. You know, basically, to paraphrase, you got nothing. You know. So you want to be smart. You know, it's take action. This is what we can change, people. This is what we can do. This is not stuff that's backbreaking stuff that you have to go to school for thousands upon thousands of hours. This is stuff we can change. Now, yes, education is fantastic and it can help you with the right education, right knowledge, and what you're trying to accomplish. Do that. But if you're not there at that point where you can invest in education, then at this point in time, do the things you can do in your power where you are. If it's overeating in this address portion of the formula, stop overeating. If it's the saturated fats that's clogging up your arteries or putting that extra sag in your gut, you gotta change from a candy bar to an apple. Yes, it is real that what somebody said, an apple a day helps keep the doctor away. That's because apples are nutritious. Apples are delicious. They may not be as tasty as some of the sugars in Snickers from time to time that we've been groomed to know, that the chocolate, caramel, the nougat, and the peanuts, and so on and so forth, and all these type of things, that are tasty. No, see, in the end, an accumulation of these type of saturated fats from the Snickers, as marvelous as this candy is from our perspective, we must do the things that it takes. You must address your weight. You must address your finances. See, and if it's a relationship that you're not comfortable with being, you gotta change it. That's all. Simply respect yourself, address it, and surround yourself with new friends. Address it. This is stuff that we can do. Okay? This is stuff that we can do. This is not rocket science. It's not, college trigonometry, whatever have you. This is not some foreign language outside of what you've been accustomed to. These are things that we can change. And this is as part 2 of the assess, address, and progress formula that I'm giving you here today, that if you apply this Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, you will succeed. Period. If you keep applying this formula, this simple 3-step formula, again, as we come to the 3rd pillar, progress. Again, progress means to move through. In this case, the 3rd pillar of this formula, progress, means move through your situations confidently, knowing that you're doing something about it. And if you hold on to this idea and this notion that you want to change, and understanding and you taking action, because that's where it starts, taking action. And if you hold on to this belief that you can do it and you will do it, eventually over time it will happen. Trust me, I know, because I did not have everything that I have here today. I was not where I am here today because I did not apply the assess, address, and progress formula. You see, you progress through life comes at you sometimes in phases. So in this case, as you address your finance, as you address your relationship, as you address your health, you see, you have to understand that you've taken steps, and knowing that you're taking steps, you're not wasting time. These are things that are constructive to your success. These are things that are not destructive to your success. Take it from your man, Vernon to the T, VAU to the G, H to the N, ladies and gentlemen, as I share with you the assess, address, and progress formula. I share this with you today. I want to give this to you today because this is a formula that will definitely work every single time. It is this part of the formula, ladies and gentlemen, the progress portion of the formula, where you will meet your new self, because you will look at your past reference from when you started to apply the formula to where you have made it to, from assessing, basically gauging what you need to do, gathering the resources you need to take care of you and your situation and your bottom line, and moving to the point where you address the situation, you take action on the things you can do, because lo and behold, the things you can do are major. Yes, they are. The things you can do about your situation are major, even though you may think they're small, because, see, think about it. Walking is no longer a major effort or a major deal for you anymore, because you just get up on your feet and you go where you want to go. And mind you, walking is one of the most critical functions, but overlooked often. I said walking is one of the most critical functions, but after we've mastered it, we overlook it, because think about it. All of your life, all of my life, our feet bears our entire existence first at all times. These two instruments, let's say, for example, at best, between the two of these two, they weigh no more than approximately, let's say, 5 pounds. If you put you chop both your feet off and weigh them, I don't think they weigh. And I'll matter of fact, you do your due diligence. And I'll say, these two major tools that we often overlook, the feet, they don't weigh more than 5 to 10 pounds if you chop them both off and put them both on the scale without you and your body. But yet they hold some of the largest frames, 250, 150, 300 pounds every day. Regardless, this is what they do. See, so make no mistake in addressing what you can do. Okay? Because in addressing, taking action, it's just as important as when you first learn to walk. It's just you must understand that don't take the little actions, walking, for granted. That's all. Do what you can do. This formula works. I'm trying to tell you right now, I'm not here talking to you if I didn't know that this formula will work for you as well. And it does not matter. Parameters may change, but you just may need to adjust the parameters. That's all. Okay? And in progress, as you progress, okay, again, you take the first two pillars, assess, address, do inventory on you. Okay, so where you can say, well, I've come from this part and my progress is here. And these are markers that you can be like, okay, yeah, I was here, but now I'm here. And you hold on to those markers and you keep moving so that you can see that what you are doing is working and is effective in your life's change and your journey's change. Okay? This is very vital here. This formula will work for you Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. As I focus on the solution. Yes. I remember when I graduated from an associate degree program in music and in the fine arts department, because I like music, you know what I mean? Piano is my baby, and I got to apply this formula to that too as well, because I love the piano, ladies and gentlemen, and tuition was very high. It was about 10 grand, and I completed this program, and I didn't assess the part that, okay, if you're going to be a musician, you're still going to need to pay your bills. I ran off on the fantasy that charm, a song, and really attempting to go at it half-hearted. And what I mean by that is, okay, well, I started to book shows and I got complacent, ladies and gentlemen. I got help in this department. I started to make songs, but I got comfortable, and that was my mistake. I didn't assess the fact that I had to keep on going. Okay, and why I say this is because after school, I still had to pay the tuition back. I still had to pay rent, and I was in the communities that would afford me to be able to do this. But you still have to apply the assess, address, and progress formula. And see, over time, I know this now. But back 20 years from today, You know, it is as if I was traveling through the forest, but I couldn't see the other side of the forest because of the trees. See, right now I'm giving you the Eagle Zone version. I'm giving you the top down. I'm giving you the bird's eye view of the assess, address, and progress. And I want to relate to you as to how this formula can work for you, because in this process, and me telling you about the piano, ladies and gentlemen, you know, I mistook this formula. I did. And I got complacent with, I thought I was big time. You know, I was in a few places, got a few crowds cheering for me, and I thought I was a stuff. Yeah. Woohoo! Watch out, Billboard. Here I come, baby. Well, again, I got complacent. I stopped applying this formula, ladies and gentlemen. I'm giving you this key here to know that right now, as I tell you, well, it didn't pan out for me because of my misuse of this formula. So therefore, anyway, after that, I had, you know, my interest was accruing on my loan, stuff like that. And I didn't really find a job that I loved. You know, I had to work these side jobs, so it kind of didn't pan out for me. The loan was expensive to pay back at the time. $10,000 is a lot of money, you know. I had this fantastic education, but I disrespected my process, basically. That is, you know, assess. You need an audience, okay? You need money. You need products. You need songs that they'll like. All this type of stuff. You need to market. Well, this is the assess part of it that I was supposed to be doing then that I didn't do. Well, anyway, long story short, that caused me to get out of the loop to where my loan would default. And at this time, I had to do something else. So I figured education would be the best way to do this, because I do realize the connections that I had that work for me in this environment, okay? So at this time, I was using student loans and things like this, and I could not enroll back into college to get my bachelor's degree, because I said, okay, well, if it doesn't pan out for me, this music thing, okay, then I'll have my bachelor's degree to fall back on. All along, ladies and gentlemen, at some point in time, this was, let's say, 1996, 97, all right? In 2001, around this time, I obtained my Class ACDL, okay? And the thing about this is, sometimes life really can ruffle you up, you know? It can turn you down this road, can turn you down that road, and sometimes when life seems to be in shambles and you're going this away and that away, and you're looking for this, you're looking there, and you're kind of looking without a purpose because you kind of got off track and sidetracked, this, that, and the third. It could be something else, right? Well, anyway, in this assess, address, and progress formula that I'm giving you the keys to, that if you apply this, you can avoid all these heartaches and bumps and bruises that I've gone through. I'm giving you the cheat code, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. And see, with this being stated, I could not enroll back into school. I was bummed out. I really was. One portion, I think it's fair to say, I was like one case of Les Brown's story. He said he parked for 14 years. One portion of his story, my park was a little bit different, but still, I was bummed out. Like, I was like, oh man, I really wanted to do this part, you know, and man, hardly anybody on my mom's side of the family had college degrees. I had a goal to be the first, so on and so forth, you know, for all the reasons I wanted and desired to obtain my bachelor's degree. I have it now, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. Yes. College did work for me. Yes, it did. But anyway, well, I was bummed out really quick. Like, man, what am I going to do now? I don't know. I don't want to work at no $7 an hour job. I want to work a $25 an hour job, but I got a $7 an hour mentality and attitude at the time. So life was terrible. It sucked because it wouldn't give me what I wanted or what I thought I deserved. Well, life doesn't work that way, ladies and gentlemen. It doesn't, unless you are grandfathered into a program or you've got wealthy ancestors or something like this. Other than that, or you win a lottery. Other than that, life doesn't work like that, okay? Well, long story short, by this time, I ventured off into several other things, several other businesses, started several other businesses, and I became a barber cosmetologist, so on and so forth. And still, what I've learned, the assess, address, and progress formula works in these fields of endeavor as well. Yes, they do. So, as life would knock me around, I have accumulated, mind you, a Class A CDL permit, and also I can basically drive a school bus. Now, this is a skill that you can obtain without going to college. Yes, this is true. And this skill is vital to my journey, as again, all things work together. Okay? All things work together for good. Okay? And everything about my life, it's a puzzle for me, but it all works together. It all works. And the assess, address, and progress formula works every day of the week. And we must consistently apply this, because I say this because here I am getting knocked around trying to work these $7 an hour jobs when I have a skill, a CDL, that can shoot me past, that I can double and basically in this day and age triple earning $7 an hour. I forgot I had this. This is how intertwined I was into life and dealing with, unnecessary things. Not necessary things, because I had to learn. I had to wake up, first of all. I had to stop BSing myself, and I had to really assess, address, and progress, use this formula myself, which I'm giving you this cheat code today, that if you apply it consistently, there's no way you will fail. There's no way you won't make it through whatever situation you're a part of. I encourage you today to take from my experience and to know that it is real. Success leaves clues all the time. If you dial in on the clues that are there for you, sometimes this clue wants you to just stop and ask yourself, are you really thinking about what you're doing? Does this make sense? Seriously. Are you settling or what have you? Are you just doing stuff? Are you just going through the motions? Are you really applying yourself? And through my experience, I encourage you all, ladies and gentlemen, today to know that you've got something in you today. As I share this assess, address, and progress formula, you see, my college degree, my Class A CDL, my positive attitude now, my bird's eye view, my Eagle Zone formula that I'm giving to you, the cheat code that if you apply it every single day, consistently, yes, you can succeed. And in this case, it doesn't mean you need to work all willy-nilly, disjointed, dysfunctional, can't sleep, this, that, and the third, and you don't know your head from your behind and stuff. No, it's not always about hard work. Malinchek said, it's not about working smarter or working harder. And it really tripped me out, because he would also say after this, it's about working right. And that makes so much sense, because in this case, why would I apply a monkey wrench to a nut or bolt that requires an Allen wrench? I mean, I could yank and crank all I want with the monkey wrench, but it's not going to adjust the bolt to do what the bolt needs to do at all. See, that's not working right. So as I give you this here today, ladies and gentlemen, the assess, address, and progress formula that works Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, and Sunday. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you apply this formula, there's no way you won't succeed. All in all, I went from losing all my money, losing my apartment, my job, relationships were destroyed. I went through a stint of needing government assistance. I needed food stamps. At the time. The unemployment office knew me by first name basis from one perspective. At one point in time. I was living with my mom. At one point in time was labeled disabled. I hit rock bottom. I hit rock bottom. And rock bottom hit me back really hard too. And I share these tools with you that if you apply them, you will succeed, period. And you will avoid rock bottom. Rock bottom is hard. And sometimes we will fall. But I also advocate that if you want to learn how to make money, learn from somebody who has a solid track record that knows how to do this. Don't continue to do things that make no sense, where at the end of the day, like Jim Rohn has said, there's no more month after the end of the money. If I got that paid correctly, I'll paraphrase what Jim Rohn has said when I've listened to some of his talks. And I hold on to these experiences, even though, these individuals are older or different than me from one perspective, but yet still they breathe the same air, that I breathe, that we breathe, And we need to learn, we need to educate ourselves, and I share with you this formula in all hopes that you grab a hold that I've gone from, again, homelessness, food stamps, one portion poverty, one portion my health took a downturn. I was overweight, almost 300 pounds, stressed out, not sleeping well, couldn't keep a job, nobody would hire me. I couldn't even, it got so bad for me at one point in time, not even the what do you call those? Subsidized housing communities would accept my application. That's terrible. And you see, I'm kind of glad, because that's one portion as to me, you know, I get it kind of what Les Brown was talking about when he said, some people, as I paraphrase one portion of what he said, some people aim low and hit. See, that's one portion that he was talking, one portion he was talking about me in my own journey. He may have said his talk when he said that, but yeah, that was me. Because again, here I am, I'm trying to get an apartment. You see, when I've got roots from my family life that taught me how to care for our home, not an apartment, home, because we had to get up 6 o'clock in the morning before the sun hit in summertime, cut grandma's grass. In the wintertime, we had to shovel that snow. Well, these are things we got to do if you're a homeowner. I know that now. I am a homeowner now. Yes, I am. I am. I absolutely am. And it wasn't meant for me to be in an apartment, because that was too low. I was aiming too low. Because as I know my stint, I've had 3 evictions. So basically, as I assess that part, my pattern says right there, first of all, I'm looking in places for these apartments that were not favoring my growth. It was a place to live, but it wasn't favorable for my growth pattern and who I was growing to be and who I desired to be. Yeah, 3 evictions. I had 3 evictions. So I don't blame the apartment complex owners that didn't want to rent to me. That's a bad mark. But see, my mind was in the dungeons, basically. I could only afford to live in a 1-bedroom apartment. I only wanted a 1-bedroom apartment. When, first of all, the creator of everything is abundant in every asset, in every facet of life, period. And he has equipped us to be this way too. He said we are to subdue and replenish this place we call earth. Now, come on now. If we are joint heirs, then that means we need to respect this part about us, and we know that there is no lack and that we can have what we say because it's on the inside of us. If you look at everything around you, when you're out and about, all the creativity that started from an idea, from the rooftop, from the triangles, from the squares, from the circles, the basic math is not just basic. See, we have to pay attention as success leaves clues. Somebody thought to put a road right where you drive. Somebody thought about this before. Somebody was really thinking, how can we get from this place to that place without tearing our bodies up? Because if you think about it, back in the day, think about the wagon, the feather fluffed seat cushions. Oh my gosh. Sweat. When feathers fluff, they flatten basically. So it's like, in my opinion, I bet you over some time, after they fluffed it up first, they got it all nice and fluffy, but over time, the sweat, the feathers would basically, kind of like deflate. And so it would be like you're sitting on wood. And they traveled across the country on wooden spokes and wooden situations as the wheels go. We've evolved. See? So as you apply this assess, address, and progress, you can avoid rock bottom, stress. Not to say that you won't have it, but you can combat what is thrown at you. I share this with you today, ladies and gentlemen. You can do it. You can do it. Yeah. As I take one from Les Brown's page, you got to be hungry. Hey, man, come on now. Born a twin, does not know who his parents are, didn't think he could do it, went on to do, come on now, y'all. I'm just saying, grab a hold of who inspires you. If you ain't got no story that you can grab onto, where you say, for example, if your environment is not favorable to what you're trying to do, find somebody that has went through a struggle. Hold on to what they do. Play it over and over again. And sometimes, if you just listen to what these people, again, Les Brown says, play this type of stuff over and over and over again. From our perspective, that makes sense. Do it, because since I've been doing this, I got to this point finally. I would listen to his stuff, I would listen to other people's stuff, but I would not do it consistently. Since I've been playing it over and over again, because again, one portion of me is tired of getting slapped and papped by life. So eventually I'll straighten up. I have formulated the assess, address, and progress formula. Again, for you as the cheat code to go ahead and forego rock bottom. You know, to be able to be the winner in your adversities and trials. Okay? You progress, keep progressing, keep gauging, keep checking your steps from where you came from, and you'll know, and you'll want more of progress. You'll want more of progress, ladies and gentlemen. Straight up. Straight up. See, we are more than just going to work, coming home, and that's it. We're more than just this. We're more than just hair, nails, teeth, and all these things. Tony Robbins said, the real secret to happiness is progress. As much success as he has had in the public speaking community, that has got to speak volumes. And he came out with this. This was in, let me see, this came out April 21st, 2012. When he said this in this video. When he was doing a speech called "Moving from Change to Progress." So yeah, isn't that awesome? Like, success leaves clues. Before I got to this point, we've all heard on some level or another about progress. It's one of the 3 keys in the formula that you can apply Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Without a shadow of a doubt, you will get results. Now, mind you, everybody's situation is different. So you're going to recalibrate the means in which they accommodate you for your story. Dr. Martin Luther King spoke about having a dream. Mind you, I believe dreams come true. In fact, me obtaining my bachelor's degree, which at one point in time seemed unfathomable after all the mistakes I made. I wasn't the highest ranking high school student in my class. None of these things. And for me to say I want to obtain my bachelor's degree, well, that was a dream. That was a dream, and my dream came true. So out of my own experience, it's fair to say that dreams do come true. On February 28th, 1954, Dr. Martin Luther King composed a speech called Rediscovering Lost Values. And this title alone in itself, before even going through the presentation and listening to it, so on and so forth, you know, rediscovering lost values. Well, to me, it is fair to say that that title alone sums up my assess, address, and progress formula. Because in my case, I lost sight. You know, of the values and principles that were already laid out for me through my parents, grandparents, schools and institutions that I was fortunate to be a part of, and individuals who influenced my life overall. I lost sight, y'all, you know? I lost sight on the values that were permitting me, or that were allowing me to do what my mind set out to do. As I focus on the solution here today, as I wrap up, sharing with you the assess, address, and progress formula, what you can take away is this: if you apply these 3 simple steps, yes, they are simple, but will they be easy? No. They are simple, though. Will they be easy? No. Can they be easy? Yes, if you simply do them, but we know life is life. And I would be fair to say that life happens to us all. Just what is your end result that you are seeking to accomplish in your journey?